everyone, first of all, if you are watching this the day this video is going live, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day to all of my fellow Americans. This is a fabulous day, lots of reasons to celebrate, and I hope that you are not taking too long of a break from your celebrations to hang out with me today. So this is another thing that I love celebrating every July, and that is the Nordstrom anniversary sale. A brief hiatus last year, moved that back, I guess, into August, but we are back in July, and I am excited. I'm excited because obviously I love to shop it. I love that this sale is unique from all others and that everything that is in the sale is new. It is not end of the season. It is before the season even starts. It's mostly products geared for fall and winter, so it's fun to get ahead of the game, so to speak. I budget for this every year. We will talk a little bit more about that going forward, but today's video is not so much specific recommendations because the full preview catalog has not gone live yet, but I do want to sit down with you, give you my tips, my tricks, my inside information so that you can have the most successful and satisfying shopping experience while, this is very important, staying within your budget. I have lots to tell you. I have taken some notes. I'm sure I'll forget things, so there will be an accompanying blog post that wraps all of this up and will include anything that I have forgotten as well, and I will link to that down in the description box. So if you are unfamiliar with the Nordstrom anniversary sale, let me very quickly tell you, recap, it is when Nordstrom takes a lot of the new fall and winter merchandise that hasn't even hit the store yet and puts them at 40% discount before they've even been able to be perused by shoppers. So it's kind of a big deal, and it's everything from women's, men's, children, home, beauty, everything that they carry. There's something for everyone. It's also great because it lets you get ahead on your holiday shopping to do it as early as July. So when the actual holiday rolls around, it's a little less stressful. That's for those of us that have planned. Now, this is the part where people get a little upset, and I understand it, but the shopping process is bifurcated into different days that you're allowed to shop based on, well, first they break it down into two categories: Nordstrom credit card or debit card holders and everybody else. It's easier to get your head around this if you think of this as more as a loyalty sale and a thank you to cardholders than an anniversary sale. So first we have the two groups, the Nordstrom card holders, I'm going to call them, and then everyone else who doesn't have one. And Nordstrom card holders do get first crack at the items that are on sale. But even within the card holders, there are different levels. So first up, and I'll have all of the dates broken down for you down in the description box, first up are the icon card holders. And what that means is that they have spent on their Nordstrom card in Nordstrom or on Nordstrom.com at least $15,000 in the previous calendar year. Yes, you heard me right. I'm not an icon person. They get 2 days to shop the sale before everybody else. Then come the ambassadors. Those we used to be called level 3, and I am an ambassador, and those people have spent $5,000 or up to $14,999 at Nordstrom using that credit card. And then it goes down, I can't even remember what the next category is called, but those are the people that I believe spent $2,000. So everybody gets a little staggered access in the card holder category, and then it opens up to the general public. So that's the breakdown of how this sale works. You can shop online, you can shop in store, you can shop online for curbside pickup. There's all kinds of ways that you can do this. So my first suggestion is this: set a budget. Yes, I benefit if you use my links to shop, but I could not sleep at night thinking that somebody went into debt over something that I've recommended. That's ridiculous, and I would never ever want anybody to do that. So whether your budget is $50 or I don't even know, some people apparently don't have budgets, that's great. Pick the budget that works for your personal finances. Personally, obviously this is a big event for me, both personally and professionally. Obviously I am an influencer and a YouTube creator, and there is a lot of focus on this. So as soon as the sale ends the previous year, I'm starting to set aside money towards the sale for the following year. And in my head, I generally keep the same budget, so I know how much I need to set aside each month to get me towards that goal. Number 2, while I will rarely suggest opening a credit card, I don't like having multiple credit cards. That's just another open line of credit in your name. It's not great for the credit score. I do recommend, if you want a second credit card or another credit card, I love using the Nordstrom one. I get tons of points. Obviously, I shop a lot at Nordstrom, but it kind of depends, but for every dollar you spend on the card at Nordstrom, you get a certain amount of points. Even if you're using it elsewhere, it goes towards the points, and that turns into real money. They call them notes that can be cashed in and spent at Nordstrom. So it's sort of a nice little cyclical deal. Obviously, it gets you early access to the sale. And I will say, looking at my analytics from last year, 70% of my commissions were made during cardholder access, during early access. So 70% of the people that shop using my links shopped during cardholder. 30% of those sales went through during the general access. So it's a big difference. How to make that shopping experience a little bit better, especially for those of you that won't be able to shop until later on in the sale, get the Nordstrom app. And as soon as that catalog opens up, start favoriting, or they call it putting on your wish list, every item that you even remotely think that you might want in the size and the color that you want. If it sells out but gets restocked at any point, not just during the sale, but it may get restocked months from now, you'll get an alert on your phone, if you have notifications turned on, that item that you were wanting is back in stock, and you can just hop on it and go from there. So cannot stress it enough. If you are really into this and you get so frustrated when you miss stuff that gets sold out, they do restock. We never know. They never share with us. They share very little with us, to be honest. We don't know what's going to be restocked, but having that app, if you're wondering how do I know when I share things are restocked, it's because I have my app. I have favorited everything that I have recommended to you guys so that I can get alerts when things are back in stock, at least on their website. So we've set a budget. We've downloaded the Nordstrom app. We are going to be favoriting, wish listing all of our items, but what is it that we want to buy? I mean, it can be overwhelming. There are thousands, if not tens of thousands, of items in the Nordstrom anniversary sale. My recommendation, it's the same every year. There's probably 2 or 3 categories you need to be looking at. First, obviously, think of yourself. Put yourself first. Walk around your closet, thinking about fall and winter specifically. What are some holes in your wardrobe? What are some pieces that you don't wear because you don't have anything to wear it with? Maybe make a list. Definitely write these things down. Last year, I had a very long list of things that I wanted to add. I was looking for a long camel wool coat. I got that in the sale. It's one of my most worn items. I was looking for a long, thin, quilted parka, like a North Face parka. I got that. I had some winter specifics I was looking for. There were some beauty things. I had some sweaters, some shoes. Like, I had some specific. Don't just say sweaters. What kind of sweaters? Do you want to wear more leggings this year? Do you want longer length sweaters, longer length tops? Do you wear a lot of casual clothes and you have, we've been lounging around for the last year and a half or so? Is it time to add some more going out type clothes, slightly dressier tops and pants and dresses? Maybe that's what you want to add to your wardrobe this year. Or maybe this is the time of year where you like to stock up on the basics and the classics, the stuff that you know you're going to wear over and over and over, so you might as well get them at a deep discount. Whatever it is, and it could be a combination of all of those things, write them down, make lists. Also, holidays. Start thinking about the people that you know you're going to be shopping for, and keep in mind that this year, probably going to have holiday parties again, so you'll probably be invited to go places. You're going to need some hostess gifts. Around the $20, $25, $40 range is generally a very nice hostess gift, I think, anyway. So make sure that you pop over to the home section and maybe earmark a couple of things to have just in case you are invited somewhere later on in the fall or the winter and you got those things at a discount. Obviously, since the sale is in July, this coincides with back to school. So if you have kids going back to school and they need some back to school clothes, shoes, this is also a great place, because generally when my kids were little, we didn't do a lot of shopping for everyday clothes at Nordstrom, except during the anniversary sale and for special occasions. So this is the opportunity to grab really cute stuff for the kids at much more affordable prices than they are usually. It's really hard to justify splurging on kids stuff when you know they're going to outgrow it and or destroy it before they even outgrow it. So in a minute, I'm going to jump into what were my top 8 bestsellers from last year, just to give you an idea of what is generally offered. They tend to stay with the same things, same categories every year, and maybe put these things on your radar. I don't know specifically if they're bringing them back or what will be new, but it just gets your mind kind of maybe thinking about where you want to go with this. As always, like I said, I will do my walkthrough. I will also have on my website, MsGoldgirl.com, fully broken down by category, all of my recommendations per category. So things like blouses, dresses, jumpsuits, skirts, pants, sweaters, outerwear, blazers, cardigans, home goods, hostess gifts, pajamas, exercise, swimwear. I mean, I break it down and I don't want to overwhelm you, so I try to stay within about 10 to 15 items per category. Some of the bigger categories like shoes, I'll break it down into boots and booties and flats and things like that. And generally, I personally am trying to hover around like that $50 price point for most clothing items. So there may be more like tops that I would recommend or more dresses that I'm going to recommend. But I personally am not going to have too many high-end luxury type big budget items on my list. It's my personal sweet spot is $50 to $100 an item or less. A couple of categories that I always overlook. First of all, beauty. This year, I am really going to be looking into some of the bigger ticket items for beauty. I'm just contradicting myself. I am aware. I have a pretty extensive makeup collection, beauty collection, skincare collection at this point. So I personally am thinking I might not buy as much in beauty, but I'm going to buy some bigger ticket items. I'm especially curious to see what from Dyson is in the sale. While I'm very happy personally with my hair tools, my large assortment of hair tools, I constantly get asked to review the Dyson hairdryer, the Dyson Airwrap, all of those items. So I might go for it and pick one up in the anniversary sale, especially if anything is specifically listed in the anniversary sale. And that brings me to one point I completely forgot. If you are a card holder, don't forget you get a certain amount of personal double points days depending on your level. Make sure you set it in advance, either through the app or calling Nordstrom customer service, that you designate your assigned shopping day as your personal double points day. Make your spending work for you. If you're going to spend quite a bit of money, you might as well get a lot of money back in gift certificates. And that brings me to one more thing that I just recently learned when I was at Nordstrom last week, is that they carry not just Dyson hair products, but Dyson vacuums, Dyson fans. If you're already going to be designating this day as a double points day and you were going to be buying one of these higher ticket items anyway, throw it in with your sale items. Everything you purchase during the Nordstrom anniversary sale doesn't actually have to be on sale, but if it's designated as one of your personal double points day, you might as well buy it on that day and get your gift certificates back. So that brings me to my top 8, I should say, best sellers from Nordstrom, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. So the number one, by far and away, the most popular item that I recommended last year was, I believe it's from the brand Socialite, and it was this long-sleeved thermal. I personally bought it in 2, maybe 3 colors. I still have it. I absolutely love it. It sold out and came back and got restocked several times throughout the sale, and I'm hoping that that will be an example of what happens again this year. The second highest or most popular, I'd say, product from the anniversary sale last year wasn't even included in the sale. It was the Wallace Max 2 Tote. I personally bought it because I had designated that day as a double points day. I had already planned on buying this bag later in the year, and I figured might as well buy it now and get those points. It was a higher price point. It's around, I'd say, $200 if I can remember correctly. But every time I road trip or travel at all, that's the bag I use. So pleased with it. Plus, I got double points on it. I ended up getting gift certificates back from that purchase. Number 3 is, I think it's actually, I don't know if it's still available. It might be available on the Gibson Look website, and it might be on sale. So I'll link it below if I can find it on sale, because why not start shopping now? It's the Gibson Look Faux Wrap Surplice? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Surplice? Top. I bought it in blue. You're seeing it in red. I think, did I buy more than one? Again, this is one of those items that I originally purchased at 40% off. It sold out pretty quickly and came back in stock again several times, not just during the anniversary sale, but throughout the year. And then Gibson Look themselves picked it up and started carrying it on their own website. Number 4 are a pair of pajamas that I never bought. They are from, I believe, the brand Honeydew. I can't tell by looking at this. And they are the all-American pajamas. And I don't know that pajamas will hit a top 8 status in 2021. Obviously, we were in a very different place last summer doing a lot of lounging, but I personally think you can never have too much loungewear or pajamas. So I do know there are really some great options every year in the anniversary sale. I cannot wait to see what is offered. Number 5 is another Gibson Look piece, and these are the Fleece Joggers. I have 2 or 3 pairs myself. Again, constantly selling out, getting restocked. Gibson Look, they are consistent in their sizing in that they run one size bigger. So generally I am a size small across the board, but in Gibson clothing, I'm always an extra small. So once you've established your sizing in Gibson, the sizing runs consistent. Okay, number 5 is possibly one of the most popular blankets of all time every year at the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and that is the Barefoot Dreams in the Wild Throw, or any of their throw blankets. And last year I finally bit the bullet and bought it, and it is absolutely fabulous. Now, I have since bought a, let's not call it a dupe, we're not supposed to call it dupes, an inspired blanket that looks very similar, and I feel like it is softer and I love it. But I've also noticed that it's snagged a little bit, whereas my Barefoot Dreams one has not. There is a huge price difference between the two. So it's just one of those things you kind of have to decide how much you want to spend. Is it worth the price difference? I'd say if you can snag the Barefoot Dreams blanket on sale, yes, it's worth the sale price. If you can't and it sells out, I'll link you to the styled collection version, which is pretty fabulous as well. Okay, number 7, I believe this was from Halogen, and I personally ended up buying a different coat. I got the North Face version that honestly isn't as cute as this one. I'm looking down at the picture of it. And coats are really big. Winter gear, outerwear is always very popular because generally they're very expensive at full price. And if you can get them 40% off before the season starts, it's a great thing to have. Even if you're like me and you live in the southern half of the United States where it rarely gets cold, little did we know that we were all going to be needing winter coats in February this year, right? And maybe you're lucky enough to travel somewhere that gets cold. It's always good to have something in your closet to handle an extreme cold situation, and this was a great option. And then the last one, I loved it so much, I again bought it in brown and in black, were these BP Mules. Now, I love the BP brand. It is one of the Nordstrom house brands, and it's always priced pretty reasonably to begin with. I personally like getting the most out of my money, so if it's already inexpensive and then they put it on sale, I'm even more excited. So you're gonna see me talk a lot about the Nordstrom house brands because that's where I feel like you get the most value for your money. All of the Nordstrom brands I personally prefer over most of the stuff that they carry in the store because I know the quality and I know it's more budget friendly than some of the other brands, and then it goes on sale even more during the anniversary sale, which makes me happy. I'm kind of the Dolly Parton philosophy, more is more is better. So that's where I go on the anniversary sale. All right, I know that I am going to annoy some of you. I'm sure you're already gone by now. There is more Nordstrom content coming, more than I usually have, just because of the way that they laid out the sale this year. It allows me to talk about it a little bit more. All of my videos are clearly labeled. If it's not a topic you're interested in, my feelings are not hurt if you skip a video and join me on the next one. I want to make sure you're watching what you want to watch, and I'm not going to force you to watch something that you're not interested in seeing. I would love to hear from you. Please let me know down in the description box, first of all, if you're planning on shopping the sale or not. And if you are, what are some of the categories that you're interested in? What are the price points that you're interested in? And I just want to stress, when I make my recommendations for you coming up later this week, first and foremost, I'm shopping for myself. I'm thinking about what I want to buy. I'm literally putting my money where my mouth is. But of course, I'm also trying to find things that I think are worth your hard-earned money. So if there are categories that you know specifically you're interested in and you're familiar with previous videos of mine and you're thinking I might not talk about that area, please let me know and I will do my best to do some research and give you the best recommendations that I can. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you're as excited as I am for our little Super Bowl event coming up in just a week or so. Don't worry, normal content will also continue. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!